third grade builder number 62. We're going to add 916 plus 89. We start by adding 6 plus 9, and that's 15. 8, 9, 10. And 9 plus 1 is 10. Our sum is 1005. Now 700 minus 84. Can't have 0 and take 4 away. I go next door to regroup. Nobody's home, so I'm going to go to my hundreds. Take one of those hundreds, turn it into 10 tens. Now I'm going to take one of those tens and turn it into 10 ones. 10 minus 4 is 6. 9 minus 8 is 1. 6 minus nothing is 6. Our difference is 616. Now we're going to multiply starting with 8 times 4, and that is 32. And now we're going to multiply 8 times 3, 8, 16, 24, and add 3 more, 25, 26, 27. So our product is 272. Now we've got our 8s, and they are right in order, so we can just sing them. 8, 16, 24, 32, and 40, 48, and 56, 64, and 72, 80, and 88, and now we are through. Alright, now on our composite figures section, we need to break this shape apart into rectangles, because when we find area we want to use rectangles. So we're supposed to shade a part of it to make rectangles. So we can shade it like this. You can shade it different ways and you'll still get the same answer, as long as we have 2 rectangles here. We've got one rectangle here and one here. So now my not shaded part, we've got a length of 3 and a width of 2. So 3 times 2 gives us an area of 6. In the shaded part we have 2 and then 1, 2, 3, 4 units this way. So we're going to multiply 2 times 4. That gives us an area of 8 square units, and when we add 6 plus 8, we get 14. Now on our capacity and weight section, we have an ounce. An ounce is a unit of weight, and it's customary. A quart, you can get a quart of milk, that's liquid volume and customary. A kiloliter is liquid volume, and it is a metric unit. Our words on here that have the word liter are the metric units we have on here. Ton is weight, it's customary. A gallon, like a gallon of milk, is liquid volume, and it's customary. A cup, like a cup of coffee, is liquid volume, it's customary. A liter of Coke is liquid volume, and there's one of our other metric units. A fluid ounce is liquid volume, because fluids are liquids, and that's customary. Milliliter is also liquid volume, and that's a metric unit. A pint is liquid volume, and it's customary. And pound, we weigh things in pounds, so it's a unit of weight, and it's a customary unit. Alright, now looking at our geometric figures here. So when we look at this shape, the first attribute we have is all 4 sides are congruent. No, because these 2 sides are shorter than those sides, and these little marks here tell me that this side and this side are the same length, and these 2 sides are the same. So that's not true. We do have 2 pairs of congruent sides, because this side and this side are congruent, or the same length. They're congruent to each other. And this side and this side are congruent to each other. Then it says 2 pairs of congruent corners are angles, this angle right here and this angle right here would be congruent. They're the same size. They're just flipped over. And then this angle right here, this corner, and this corner right here are congruent. They're the same. And then it says all four congruent square corners, and that's not true because those four angles are not all the same and they are not square corners. Now the name of this figure is a parallelogram because it has two pairs of parallel sides. This side and this side are parallel to each other, and the top and the bottom are parallel to each other. On our fractions, we're comparing 1/4, so we're going to shade in 1/4, and we're comparing it to 3/4. So I shade in 3 out of 4 parts here. And you can easily see that this is more than that. So we're going to make our symbol go this direction here. 1/4 is less than 3/4. Okay, on our number line, we need to fill in our whole numbers first. Here's 12, so this is 13. This would be 14, 15, 16, and 17. Now if I want to know what this one is, we're going one space over out of the 4 here, so this is 13 and 1/4. This line right here is right in the middle between 15 and 16. If I break this into 2 parts here, it's halfway, 1 out of 2 parts, so it's 15 and a half. And then this one right here, if we see that we've got 4 sections right here and we look at it like that, then we can count by fourths. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. This is 16 and 3/4. Now we want to know how far is it from 14 and 3/4 to 15 and 1/4. Well, 14 and 3/4 would be right here. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. And then 15 and 1/4 would be one space over from 15. And each of these spots is a fourth, so we would count 1/4, 2/4. So the distance from here to here is 2/4, or we've talked about how 2/4 is the same as 1/2. You can kind of see that if you look here and how they've marked that. If we go 1, 2 out of the 4 spots there, that's the same as if we go 1/2 of the way. And now our vocabulary. Mathematical sentence where one side is not equal to the other is an inequality. Describes how heavy something is its weight. The point or corner in a geometric figure is a vertex. More than one are called vertices. Describes how much something holds is its capacity. And equal measure, same shape, same size, is congruent.